Hey legends, it is Danny Dank here, and we are back for the April energy update. We're talking karmic debt, Mercury going direct, Venus going direct. We have a full moon in Libra, a new moon in Taurus. There is a lot happening. So make sure you're comfortable, and we are going to get right into it. I have a few things here to help us through the video. I got my notes, I have my calendar with April's numerology, and also right before I started recording this video, I went into my tarot deck and I pulled a card, and it felt fitting for what we're talking about today for a few different reasons. So here we have the Emperor, which is card number 4. And 4 is also the number of the vibration that we're experiencing in this month. It is the final reduction of the 13, which is the frequency we're experiencing. And the Emperor card really brings us to ground into our power and assert the personal authority we have over our experience. And this is also echoed by the 9 energy that we experience all year. It's the number of mastery. So the day that this is being recorded is actually April 7th, 2025, so this is the day that Mercury goes direct. It's possible that everybody has been feeling the retrograde to some extent, and even though Mercury is going direct today on the 7th, we are still going to be experiencing some of its energy for even up to 2 weeks from now. So it's possible that up until the 26th, we might still experience some of what a Mercury retrograde might present us. However, Mercury going direct also does bring some clarity to a lot of what we're doing. It is an opportunity for us to get clear and align where it is we desire to take action. Not necessarily take the impulsive action or rash decision or important decision right now. It's more so of grounding into our energy so that we are coming from a space of clarity and of connection. So practices that are going to allow you to drop in and ground, that are going to connect you with your sense of embodiment as well as with your intuition, are definitely invited during these times right now, as Mercury kind of fades out in its path of going direct. Now, numerologically, we are experiencing the karmic debt of 13 all month, as I've been sharing. And 13, once again, is the karmic debt of struggle. This is a vibration that manifests in a few different ways. Depending on where it is in your chart, it also determines how it manifests in your personal life. Now, that vibration of 13 is one where there is a tendency of fixation or a calling or this pull towards the energy of struggle, the energy of suffering, the energy of futility. Like, no matter how hard you try, nothing ever works. And a lot of times this is a mentality or a mindset or even a belief system that is adopted because in earlier experiences we were forced to be in a situation where we had to struggle, where we had to suffer, where we were put under a lot of pressure, and under that pressure we were actually able to survive and to thrive. So then the idea or the belief system becomes that I thrive under pressure, and without the pressure I cannot thrive. So then the part of the mind starts to look for the pressure, look for the struggle, look for the suffering in order to then perform, then be productive. And this can also turn into a self-sabotaging mechanism that prevents us from actually achieving what we desire. So when we can recognize it for what it is, being a pattern or a belief system that's not actually ours, that we've just adopted, then we can start to create awareness and presence around the responses and be more mindful towards how we are responding to certain circumstances or stimuli. Now, if the 13 is in one of your core numbers, like your life path number, your birthday number, like myself, the heart's desire number, the personality number, or the expression number, then you're going to feel this much more intensely. You could see it playing out in every aspect of your life. If you're noticing resistance, or like things are difficult, like this is a bit of a fight or a struggle or a force in order to achieve said thing, or even just to feel at peace or comfortable or safe or regulated, that's where you're really invited to create some awareness and really ask yourself, is this something that is conducive to my experience? Is this something that is serving the highest path that my highest self has set for me? And if it's not, then there's where we get to explore a little bit and transmute and also practice that surrender and release. The 13 leads us to believe that we have to work harder, that if you push just a little bit more, if you grind just a little bit harder, if you hustle just a little bit more, then you'll get the thing. Then it'll happen. You're almost there. And that is the illusion that we have to struggle in order to achieve the said thing. When in reality, creating space and opportunity for us to rest, for us to honor our energy, for us to be present, for us to be with the actual moment instead of resisting this present moment, thinking that we have to get something in the future, which has not been determined yet. We are resisting the present moment. So there is an invitation for us to really observe and ask ourselves, is there any part of my experience right now that I am resisting? And if so, why? Where is that resistance coming from? This is where we get to be curious. It's important to remain connected to your breath throughout every single day this month, because on top of the 13 karmic debt that we're experiencing all month, we're also going to be visited by the energy of 14, 16, and 19, which are the other three karmic debts. Remember that 14 is the karmic debt of limitation, 16 is the karmic debt of the phoenix or the karmic debt of rebirth, and 19 is the karmic debt of the lone wolf. All of these are going to be opportunities for us to observe our own energetic field and system and really determine if there is any stagnant or residual energy that's associated with any of these karmic debts. Whether or not you have these numbers in your chart, we still have an opportunity to observe and see if there is something that we can move through. Is there more space that we can liberate? Is there another even inch or centimeter or millimeter that we can expand our capacity and container? So we just had a day of 1910-1 yesterday on the 6th, and we will experience another one on the 15th as well as the 24th. So 15th and the 24th, we're going to experience the karmic debt of 1910-1 again. This is the karmic debt of the lone wolf. This is the mentality or the idea, the mindset that you are alone, that there's nobody that can help you, that there's nobody that you can rely on, that in order to get something done properly, you have to do it yourself, that you are left to stand alone. And this could manifest because maybe in the previous experience of this life or other lives, you have been left to stand alone. Now, the invitation from the 1910-1 is to remember that what you are here for is so much greater than yourself and cannot be achieved alone. We are human beings. We are beings of connection. We get to thrive and enjoy connection because that is what supports us in growing and expanding and evolving. And what you are here for requires support. So there's an opportunity for you to observe if you are being resistant to support. It's not only can I receive support, ask yourself, can I request support? And this is the invitation on the 15th and on the 24th, because we are experiencing the 1910-1 energy. Now, on the 15th, that is also the last day for the early bird investment for ReAwaken Reset, which I'll talk about more here in a second. And also on the 24th, I'll be doing live numerology readings on Insight Timer. If you're not subscribed to my mailing list, I just sent out an email with a calendar for all of the live events that are happening on Insight Timer this month in April. We're meeting at least 8 times on the app for meditation, ceremony, and live readings. So if you're not subscribed, make sure that you sign up with the link that's in the description, and follow me on the Insight Timer app as well, so that way you can keep up with all of the live events. That being said, we're experiencing the vibration of 2 today on Monday, so 20/2, and this is a vibration of balance and harmony, and we are really invited to ground into the foundation and flow of April's energy right now. Doing so is going to support us in navigating the rest of the waves. As we move through the week, we're going to experience the 21-3 energy, which is very curious and also could bring up some emotions. Remember to honor the expression and the voice as we move through all of the month, because anytime we're navigating karmic debt, there's always going to be some type of emotion that's entangled in there or associated in some way. On Wednesday, we're going to experience the first day of the master number 22. Now, we're going to experience this 3 times in the month. It's going to be on Wednesday the 9th, it's going to be on Friday the 18th, and it's also going to be on Sunday the 27th, which is also the day of the new moon in Taurus. So these days we are experiencing the frequency of the master architect. The 22 has the ability to take things from the archetypal world and manifest them down into a physical reality at will. It is the embodiment of the code as I will it, so it is. And if you followed me for some time, you will know what that frequency is and how to code it in. And the 22 reminds us that we do have personal authority over our experience. We do get to manifest. It's important to pay attention to the words that we're using to form our thoughts, the words that we're using to speak. And it is also the reminder that we manifest all of the time. So how is your vibration in this moment? What is affecting your frequency? Are you in a higher vibration? Is it a vibration that is aligned and excited for what you desire to experience? Or is there resistance? Is there resentment? Is there a lower vibration? Is there density? Is there weight? Is there something that is taking up the bandwidth that could be used towards focusing or calling in something greater for yourself? This is the invitation that the 22 is going to give us on these days. And we're also going to experience a different layer of it on the 22nd of April. After this first day of 22, which is also a day I'm doing live readings on Insight Timer, we're going to be visited by the karmic debt of limitation. The 14-5 energy is going to happen on the Thursday, which is the 10th of April. So here we're invited to really notice what is looking to hold us back, what have we perceived as limitation, and where can we actually observe from a different perspective, where can we be open to change and adaptation, flexibility within our experience to possibly approach something from a different perspective. Doing so is going to support us as we navigate the weekend, where we experience the 24-6 energy, invitation to give back to ourselves. We also have the invitation to connect with intuition, because that's the 11th day of this month. And then on Saturday the 12th, we're going to be experiencing the full moon in Libra. So this is a powerful lunation that's going to invite us to really notice the opposing forces that we have within our experience. So what is the polarity right now in your experience? Where is the balance? Where can we come into more balance? That is the invitation that we're going to be experiencing from the full moon in Libra, and it's a great opportunity, great energetic portal for us to alchemize, to transmute energy, to work with the energy of bringing more balance and harmony to our experience, so we can set strong intentions, drop into ceremony that day. We're going to be connecting on the Insight Timer app that day as well, so you're definitely invited to come join us. Then through the rest of the weekend, we're going to be experiencing the vibration of 17-8, calling us to expand, observe objectively, moving into Monday's 18-9, which is going to be echoed and reinforced by the vibration of this year. Remember that 9 is the number of completion, the point at which we return to a new beginning, a message to let go of the old so we can make room for the new, and also the reminder that we are stepping into mastery. So this is the wisdom of our experiences. This is the integration of everything that we have lived up until this point. That is what essentially the theme of this year is, and then the frequencies that we experience throughout the year show us all of the different steps that support us in achieving said integrated, embodied, grounded wisdom. Then from there we have our next day of 19-10-1, which is the 15th of April, and as I shared, this is the last day for the early bird investment for ReAwaken Reset. ReAwaken Reset is the 6-week ceremonial group container that I've created to support legends in honing their energetic gifts, recalibrating their nervous system, and decoding their numerology to establish a strong foundation, a sacred structure. We're starting on April 22nd, and each week is themed with the vibration and the energy of an element. We are embodying the characteristics and learning from the elementals in order to support ourselves in honing our energetic gifts. I feel that we are now in a day and age where there are so many people who have an attunement and an affinity for energetic precision or alchemy, magic, whatever it is that you want to put in the blank. And I know that along that journey we can run into the own egoic mind or even the projections of the people around us, where we might be led to doubt ourselves, question our own abilities, our own gifts. And sometimes what is required in those spaces and in those moments is a bit of guidance, a bit of direction, a safe space where we are able to explore and get curious around these gifts, as well as implement practices that support us in keeping our energy regulated. With everything that is shifting and changing right now on all of the different planes, and energetic hygiene is important. So to have tools and resources that you can come back to on a regular basis that keep your fields clear, that keep you protected, that keep you connected as well, is going to support you in every area of your life. If you're always grounded, always connected, and always clear, then you're always operating from a space of intuition, from that guidance of source. On top of that, you are using your gifts to your favor. You're actually implementing and reawakening what your unique medicine is. So we're starting on April 22nd. If you're feeling the call, the early bird investment is available right now until the 15th of April only. The link is in the description to check that out and enter the portal with us. And then from the 15th, we'll continue to move through the pattern of the 2 energy going into 21-3. Friday the 18th is going to be the vibration of 22, the master number 22 again. So this is a great manifestation day. This is a great day for ceremony. And remember, connecting with the frequencies of 3, 6, and 9 are also going to amplify any practices or rituals that you're dropping into. So Friday the 18th at 3, 6, or 9 a.m. or p.m. is going to be great for you to drop into ceremony or a clearing ritual, a burning ritual, a release ritual, or a manifestation. And then we move into that weekend with the 14-5 energy, that karmic debt of limitation. We're also visited by the frequency of the lone wolf on that day as well, because that's the 19th day of the month. So we get to keep that in mind. Really invited to a lot of presence, a lot of grounding, and also just opening ourselves to be more flexible, to entertaining different possibilities and different perspectives as we go into that weekend. Then from there, on the 20th, we have the vibration of the 15-6. So another invitation to come back to the self, to honor our energetic boundaries, to give to ourselves so we can give from the overflow. It's the practice of filling the cup. And it's really an opportunity for us to nourish ourselves and set the example not only to the people around us, just even to the universe as a whole, of how it is that we are declaring and we are choosing to honor ourselves, how we desire to be treated. So giving back to yourself. Then as we roll into Monday, we're going to navigate the 16-7 energy. Remember, this is the karmic debt of rebirth. The invitation here is to observe how it is that we respond in the face of challenge, of destruction, or collapse. The 16 energy can be perceived as intense by people who live in the forefront of the mind, of thinking that it is things that are falling apart or falling away, or that it is a part of you dying. And while this can be true to some levels, the amount to which we identify with that fact or that notion determines how intensely we experience that process. So the 16 is an invitation to observe and see transformation as a beautiful part of the process that allows us to expand, to release, to create more space, to transmute our own energy, and not something that needs to be feared or resisted. And then from there, on the 22nd, which is our launch date for ReAwaken Reset, is going to be the vibration of 35-8. This is the energy of expansion, the invitation to observe ourselves objectively, and if we're experiencing any type of resistance or struggle, we get to practice Eckhart Tolle's surrendered action, observing everything that is in our current experience without contextualizing this. And I've talked about this before. The 8 is really inviting us to obtain a new perspective, see the big picture, and see also where can we delegate, where are we taking more on than is necessary. Because this is going back to our bandwidth. Is like, is there a part of our bandwidth that could be allocated to something else that would be more conducive or more productive or more beneficial to our current experience than said thing. Then from there, on the 23rd, we have the vibration of 18-9. So again, reinforcing release, surrender, mastery as well. So notice if there's any perfectionism, anything that is saying, oh, I need to get this just right. Is there more refinement that you're being called to right now? And notice, is this perfectionism? Is this overdoing this? Is this a way to distract yourself from moving forward because you feel like this step isn't super perfect? So there's an invitation here to just notice and also ask yourself, do you believe that you could be in mastery yet? Right? Do you see yourself moving through the mastery, not from a space of ego, not from a space of pride? Just really ask yourself, looking at this objectively, without this position of having known this experience, how can we evaluate this? How much more refinement is actually needed? Is this something that we can actually move forward from? Are we ready to move forward from this? And do you know that you are ready to move forward from it? Because remember that sometimes this perfectionism, this refinement is actually a distraction from moving forward. So really be honest with yourself, ground in, and ask your intuition if you're not sure, if that's unclear to you, because there's not energy and time to be wasted on things when you know that there is more out there for you. You know that there are greater things that you are calling in and that you are working towards. On the 24th, we experience another 19-10-1. It's also another day that we're doing live readings on Insight Timer. So this is going to be the last day that we experience the lone wolf energy in the month of April. So great opportunity for us to open ourselves to collaboration, to connection, to support, especially because the following day we have the vibration of 2, which is all about that same energy. Then on the 26th, we have the 21-3, inviting creative expression and authenticity. Really, can we step into an expressive or an activity flow of creative expression, because that there is something that wants to move through us there that might not be able to come through words. So you're really invited to explore creative outlets and connecting to the flow state to help transmute the energy that you're experiencing, especially because the following day we have the 27th of April, and it is the new moon in Taurus. So the vibration of the new moon in Taurus is also happening on a day of 22. Remember that this is the master architect energy, also known as master manifestation energy, master builder energy. This is a vibration that amplifies our ability to manifest and call things in. So this is a great day for ceremony, and we are also reinforced with the vibration of sacred structure. We have an opportunity to establish sacred structure between the energy of Taurus and the master number 22. Then as we move into the last few days of the month, we have the vibrations of 14-5, 24-6, and 16-7. So we finish this month with the karmic debt of rebirth, which is going to be the energy of transformation, and this is going to lead us into the 14-5 energy that we experience every day in April. That is the karmic debt of limitation. So remember, we have currently the karmic debt of 13. This is the first karmic debt month of the year. And then we have next month, May is going to vibrate with the 14, then July is going to vibrate with the 16-7. So again, remember to remain with your breath, really invite a lot of curiosity, a lot of mindfulness, a lot of presence and observation in your energy. Are you grounded? Are you regulated? Are you connected? Are you supported? And really doing the things that are going to align with that same energy. If this landed for you, then drop it in the comments below. Make sure that you follow and subscribe. Do stay tuned for all the different ways to navigate April's energy. See you soon. Peace.